Anyway, I'm Dave Bressler. I'm running for New York State Assemblyman for District 26. That's Bayside, Douglaston, Little Neck, Whitestone, and parts of Flushing. And we do have a chance in that assembly district. The ratio of Democrats to Republicans are 2.5 to 1. Democrats are still more Democrats, but it's a better ratio than most of the areas in Queens. So we do have an opportunity. I was born and raised in Whitestone. I went to Bayside High School, so out of my 60 years on this earth, I lived 50 years in that district. So I know all the things that have gone on in that district over the years. I'm on the board of managers for the Bay Club. That's about 2,500 populated community in Bay Terrace, right behind the shopping center. I don't know if anyone knows about the Bay Terrace, but it's a nice community. The only unfortunate thing, it's 95% Democrats, but we're going to try to pull them into the Republican Party. I've also been a regional manager, executive for Entenmann's Cake. Anyone want to hear of Entenmann's Cake? It's over there. I should have brought some. Anyway, I should have brought some. 18 years there and about 10 years with Coca-Cola, so I've worked with large corporations. I have great experience in the budgetary process, which I'm going to get to in a short while. And I'm retiring June 8th, by the way. So I'll have full time to devote to this campaign. And Phil Orenstein is my manager. If you know Phil, he's a workhorse. He's going to have me out there 50, 60 hours a week. So we're looking forward to it. We have an exciting campaign. And folks, this year is different from any other year. It used to be Democrats versus Republicans. It's no longer Democrats versus Republicans. It's the progressive left versus the moderate Democrats and the Republicans. It's a different landscape this election. And there's a lot of opportunity for me and for others to really get those moderate Democrat votes. Because I take a little polling at the Bay Club, which again, like I mentioned before, is 95% Democrats. They're not happy about the Assembly passing New York State as a sanctuary state. They don't want unsafe neighborhoods and criminal aliens with getting away with crime. They're very unhappy about that. They're very unhappy about, someone mentioned Rikers Island closing up. Now, mayor wants to close that and put jails in our neighborhoods. That's very disturbing. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican or Democrat. People are very concerned about their safety and their children's safety, and they have every right to be. And then Governor Cuomo pulled an executive order that felons have the right to vote. Now, us upstanding citizens who lived good lives over the years have that same right, and they have the same right as us. And I don't understand what the progressive left is doing. It's lack of common sense approach, and it's going to affect our lives. And then I read something that Charles Barron in Brooklyn, the state assemblyman, he wants to eliminate the SAT tests. And those tests are for the students that allow them to go into those specialized high schools, such as Stuyvesant and the Bronx School Hall of Science. Now, I always thought that we were a land of opportunity. You know, those that worked hard and got good grades and got good scores on the test advanced. What he wants to do is eliminate that and make it more of a subjective requirement, such as teachers recommending students to go to those schools. That's very unfair. And I brought it up to some of my unit owners at the Bay Club, and they were furious about that. Because those that work hard, those that have the opportunity, should have that opportunity to advance. So these are some of the progressive left ideas that are extremely disturbing, not only to Republicans, but to some of those moderate Democrats. So that's why I think this assembly district is extremely winnable. Ed Braunstein voted for sanctuary state. So we think he's moving more to the left. I heard he was more of a moderate Democrat, but he's moving more to the left. So that's a concern not only to myself, but that's a concern to the constituents. And another concern, we showed a video at the Queens Village Republican Club, and Dave DePietro is an assemblyman from upstate, and he was talking about the lack of accountability of the budget, that we're spending billions of dollars and it's not being accounted for. Governor Cuomo's just putting it through without even having accountability through the whole legislative body. Now that's very disturbing. So when I go up there, because budgets is my specialty, I'm going to make sure it's scrutinized and every dollar is accounted for. And every dollar goes to the line item that they said they were going to bring it to. For instance, you saw Governor Cuomo give a tour on the New York City Housing Authority. And he was saying, boy, it's in a dilapidated state, these apartments. So he was questioning where that money was going to. Mayor de Blasio was saying the same thing. Where's the state money going to? And I think it was budgeted for $200 million a city and $250 million a state, so $450 million. So the two guys are playing a finger pointing to each other. No one knows where it is. And that's what's happening in Albany. And that's what Dave DePietro was talking about. No accountability, filling up the politicians' pockets, corruption as could be, as much as it's happening there. So this is why we're standing here today. Because, I'm retiring. I've worked for corporations a long time, got a good pension, got a good 401k. I could live the good life, but I can't stand by and watch these progressive lefts ruining our lives and our children's lives. And that's what's happening, and we got to put a stop to it, and we got to start now. And we got to start with someone. So if I'm the first Republican in Queens that gets elected, maybe we'll build on that, and then we'll take over, and then we'll have common sense approach, and we'll actually represent the people and fill their pockets and not the politicians. Okay, so that's it.